Great, we've got a really nice interesting new rifle here from Sako. It's the new Sako 90. There's various models. This is a new hunter model. They do synthetics, carbon fibre stocks, carbon fibre wrap barrels. It takes over from the legendary Sako 85, and they've got some really nice features on this new rifle. We're going to take it out, we'll do the normal factory reload testing, take it out hunting, and we'll see how she shoots. So let's just run through a few features. It weighs in under 2.8 kilograms. I weighed it at 2.795 kilograms. I have an overall length of 42 inches, and that's with a 22.5 inch barrel, and length of pull is 13.75 inches. Now the key features on the new Sako 90 are, first of all, it's non-tapered on the scope mount. It's a 17mm scope mounting system like the old Tikka, or on some models you have the Picatinny Universal. So good array of scope mounting options there for scope, night vision, thermal and such. Here we have Optilock, which are Sako's own brand. Also the action and has been reprofiled, so you have a very easy access and ejection for the cartridge system. You can actually load the magazine from the top, and you'll see in the test later we've been using that feature, and I like that because I do a lot of hunting. You can actually add an extra round from the top. The bolt itself is the 3-bolt system. All the action has been fantastically broached, engineered, so all the tolerances are very tight, so you have very good lockup and tolerances when the bolt is closed, which causes great consistency in the accuracy due to the concentricity of all the parts in unison or harmony together. On this system, the Sako 90, you have the new 2-plunger here ejection system, which is very positive. You'll see that again in the test. Very good and very positive cartridge manipulation, and the classic Sako extractor here. The double plunger it comes from their Sako TRG law enforcement or tactical rifles. Again, very nice, very smooth operating system here on the 90, but all the Sakos are very nice. So let's look at another system they've used, and I really like this on the trigger. A lot of people fiddle around with triggers, and it can be a right pain. You get it right, you get it wrong, you make it safe, from safe to unsafe very easily. What Sako have done, they have here a rotary 5 index system. So you access it through the trigger guard here. You put a torque screw through, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 preset settings. So 1 is the lightest, 5 is the heaviest. So when you're shooting off the bench, doing reloads, you want the lightest trigger pressure, set it on 1. When you're out hunting, so you want a little bit safer, set it on 3. And if it's raining, cold, or you're wearing gloves, set it on 5. And you just reset again, it goes back exactly to those pressure settings. All the barrels are cold hammer forged around a mandrel. So basically the inner surfaces of all the rifling is very smooth and uniform. This gives great velocities, which you'll also see in the test, and barrels do last longer. And you know, Sako is saying you don't have to run them in. And this rifle came straight out of the box, and again you'll see the accuracy straight out of the box. It was very impressive. I normally run my rifles in, but I have to say I think Sako are probably right. You just shoot straight from the box and clean as normal. Fully free floated, very nice. Here you can add a bipod, and when you're on a bench with a bipod bounce, it's not going to interfere with the harmony or harmonics of the barrel. It's 22.5 inches on this blued hunter model, and this is in 308 caliber with a 1/11 twist rate. The stock on this, nice walnut, grippy checkering, classic rubber old English style recoil pad. There's a very nice, not all in line, but it's a very nice ergonomics on this stock, and recoil was very light on 308. It's even some of the light, 180 grain bullets. You could really get off a second shot very quickly, and I was quite impressed with that. You've got a slight rise here on the cheek piece, but defined here, classic style, and very nice. All bedded with a steel recoil lug coming down into an insert into the action, but no other bedding other than that. And then finally you have Sako's normal trigger, where you can put it on safe so you won't fire, but if you're loaded and you want to take something out to the cartridge, that chamber, you can push down this secondary plunger here and the bolt is operated. So overall, on paper and actually handling, very nice new rifle from Sako, taken over from their Series 85. So we're going to take it out, we can shoot some factory reloads, take it out, stalking it, and let's see how it goes. Well, I'm quite excited today. We've got the new Sako 90. I'm a big Sako and Tikka fan, as you know. I've got a lot of custom rifles and rifles in by Sako and Tikka. We'll do a series of factory and reloads as usual, and then we'll take her out hunting, and then we'll go for a breakdown off the gun later on. So first up are Sako's 123 grain game heads. It's a nice light, fast round, normally accurate, so we'll shoot those and see how they shoot. Nice. Yeah, nearly 3,000. That's 2,945, nearly 3,000 feet per second, which is recommended velocity. And that was 3 shots under an inch, so good start. Now we'll try something a little bit heavier, the RWS 165 grain DK. That's a nice, good penetrating, or deep penetrating bullet, good for reds or large fallow. One feature I do like about this, you've got a detachable magazine, 5 shot, and on the 90 here, you push it in and then click. When you want to release, lever back and push up on the mag at the front and it pops out. There's a nice little safe way that when you're out in the field, if that lever gets touched, it doesn't actually pop the magazine out. Anyway, let's see what the RWS shoots at 100 yards. Yeah, a bit low as expected, 2455. Quite a nice group there, and that's very smooth bolt to operate, and recoil is really in line. There's hardly any recoil on that 308, that's quite impressive. Nice, all dead centre with about an inch. I mean, pretty impressive for factory ammo, really. Right, for the lead-free fans, we're going to try the Barnes 168 TTSXs. These shoot very well. One thing on the new S90 is the top of the magazine's action is contoured very nicely, so you can actually load or top up the magazine as you go along without having to drop the mag. That's a nice little feature, especially out in the field. If you're doe or hind culling, you need to actually put an extra round in the mag. Anyway, let's see how these Barnes shoot. A very positive ejection as well. It's got a double plunger ejector. There's absolutely, apart from my clumsiness, there's no problem with that ejection. I hope you can see that. That is really positive. I think that's all through the same hole. And that is, you know, what's the velocity? That's 2685, and that's all through the same hole. Now that's impressive. Oh, I've been impressed with the accuracy so far on this Sako 90. It's got a 22.5 inch barrel, it's cold hammer forged, and that means that, you know, in that process, the inner surfaces of the rifling are hammered around the mandrel, so you get a very smooth internal surface. And you can see by the accuracy, I mean, you don't need to run these rifles in. Normally on a new rifle, I normally run them in, you know, shoot clean, 2 shots, shoot clean. But this, it's straight out of the box, and we're getting, you know, sub-minute of angle groups, and some of the groups going through the same hole. I mean, that is, for a standard rifle with factory ammo, I mean, that's, you know, that's what it's shooting. So, you know, take it as you will. Anyway, we've got some Winchester 150 grain ballistic silver tips. I always like these. They're a Lubalox finish, and we'll see how they shoot. You hardly lose the sight line at all there. I hope you can see that. And the second shot is almost straight on. Yeah, that's 2 together and 1 off, and that's still under an inch, 100 yards. Right, now we're going to look at some reloads. I've got reloads here from 110 grains to 180 grains. And the rifling twist on this barrel is 1 in 11, so that's easily cope with all that range of bullet weights, and including the lead-free. And what I also like about the magazine on these Sakos, if for us reloaders like us, we like to load them a little bit closer to the rifle and get the best accuracy. So this is standard length on the 308 is 2.8 of an inch. This is 2.85, so loaded it a little bit long. You see, you've still got a lot of length there. There's no interference in the magazine, so you can load them a bit longer and it still feeds reliably. It's a small detail that makes a lot of difference. You can optimise the accuracy. Right, so anyway, first up we've got the 110 grain spear soft point, and that's been loaded with 44 grains of reloaded 10x. I normally use for 110 grains, they're good for foxes or small species deer here in England. I ran out of my Hornady VMAXs, but these spear soft points are still very nice. But anyway, let's see how they shoot. Oh yeah, 3,015 feet per second, that's nice and fast. Yeah, it's about an inch, 2 touching, 1 slightly off. I'll have to perfect my reloads a bit more, won't I? It's incredibly smooth. I keep saying it, it's a very smooth bolt action on these Sakos. Yeah, 2,800, nice. Just pulled the last one, 2 for the same hole and 1 off. That's still, that's half-inch group, 100 yards. So yeah, 2,758. Nice. That's more like it. I begin to worry actually with the fact you're all going for the same hole. That is 3 shots for the same hole. Good, my reloads are actually get there, thank God for that. Oh, that's lovely, that's half-inch group. Very impressive, very nice, and you know, minimal recoil, and just, I don't know, I know it's a traditional rifle and everyone's into carbon fibre stocks and carbon wrap barrels, but it just goes to show that, you know, when you get a rifle that shoots well, it will shoot well. 2588, that's not too bad. Two for the same hole and 1 off again, so that's less than ½ inch. Impressive that. Right, here in Surrey we just found those deer beds and we've come through the bluebell wood here on the big 100-acre wood. I hope you can see through these bluebells it's a very clear deer rack. They've been using these regularly, there's a lot of slop here, so fingers crossed the new S90 and us will have some success this morning. Well, we've been here sitting quietly for about an hour and a half now. We've seen 4 roe does, but no bucks. And they've been walking very slowly through this bluebell wood. We're completely unseen downwind. It's been quite an interesting morning. I've enjoyed actually being here out in the woods with the new Sako 90. We've had a fox already, that was at 4:30 this morning. You know, and despite not having a sound moderator on it didn't disturb the wildlife at all actually. So 4 roe does we've seen this morning. And another fox actually.